So
that's an interesting perspective, though, just on, a lot of people not even needing to know about PulseChain, or maybe they'll never really get into PulseChain, but they'll see HEX on the Ethereum side and think, oh, is this thing still alive? Oh, wow, there's this whole community. People are still buying. There's still plenty of liquidity and otherwise. Do you think a lot of people is that the key to, there's all this, EHEX, we should abandon it, or EHEX not going to do as well. There's always going to be
I
this.
thought we were over there already. Ethereum has 10 million users. We got a couple 100,000. Let's be realistic here for a second.
Let's do it.
Ethereum has 10 million users. We have a couple 100,000. Where is the money? I mean, it's dumb. It's like saying, okay, we're going to set up a mom and pop store next to Walmart and think we're going to outcompete them selling the same exact items. Okay. Yes, we have lower fees. Yes, we have a better system, but people will have to change their brand, and they're going to stick to what they're used to for the most part until they are forced out. And the other thing I was saying, yes, Ethereum fees are high, but guess what? As soon as Pulse starts to becoming a viable option, they will have to fix their gas fees. If they don't, they will lose market share to Pulse. And I'm pretty certain that the geniuses over at Ethereum that actually created what we forked already have a solution to the gas fees. Just so far, there hasn't been any viable option. So they have no reason to, as long as you'll pay it, why are they going to drop their prices? If you were running a business and you were selling an item and you could get $150 out of it, why would you start selling it for $2? That doesn't make any sense. You're only cutting into your own market share. So if you're the only person supplying, smart contracts, and nobody has a choice except to use your network because everything else is battered or broken, right? Then why would you reduce your costs? You wouldn't. You would take advantage of all that money possible. Now, if a competitor comes along and they offer the same options for a lesser fee, then that might force you to rethink your positioning and might force you to go, oh, wait a second. If people catch on about this thing over here that does the same thing we're doing over here, and yet it's less expensive, then yeah, you're going to lose market share. But until then, from the Ethereum standard, the Ethereum people have seen all the Ethereum killers come and gone. All the Ethereum killers have come and gone, right? Everybody had the next Ethereum. That was a narrative for like a whole cycle. Oh, we're the next Ethereum. We've got all this going on, blah blah blah, and they end up being ghost chains, and nobody ends up building over there. And Pulse has been ridiculous as far as development over there. Remember, Ethereum started with 0 apps, 0. Okay, 0 apps, 0 smart contracts, 0 products built on it. Ethereum started from 0. PulseChain has developed more in the past 8 months than any other chain has in the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Got it.
Is that so just going with the Ethereum having all the users angle too, one day, is that what, if there is something that makes EHEX not go away, but become less attractive or more of a discount or something, is it because PulseChain turns into that ETH killer, or that just way more users and all the other things come to fruition? Like, what makes Ethereum HEX be less attractive in the future?
I would say if I don't know, because it still works. The code still works, right? Mainstream is not going to go all PulseChain, right? So mainstream is still the Walmart greeters of the space. You have to really look to find the hexagons. You have to really look to find PulseChain. We are not the #1 listed thing. You have to keep in mind that the average person does not use the chain. So, people are like, well, Solana goes down every other month. Yeah, it does. Solana goes down every other month, but the price doesn't drop. Why? How is that even possible, right? Well, no one's using the chain. They're using Solana as a speculative instrument on centralized exchanges that are not using the chain. All they are using is their unit of account. So you're able to trade this coin for whatever amount it says that you're able to trade this coin for, but you're not actually using the chain. You're not using DeFi. You're not using the blockchain, right? So they can point to a chart and say, look, the price is doing great on Solana, but the chain doesn't work. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're not using the chain. You're just trading a proxy. It's like a stock. It's a flag that says, I like this coin, but you're not actually using the coin. Okay. You're not using the functionality of it. And that's fine, because most things on centralized exchanges don't actually have any utility except for pure speculation, right? So exchanges just are basically a notebook that keeps track of your units of account that they say that you own. And then until you extract your value out of that exchange, there's no engagement with the chain at all. So why we're drumming the drums and saying we're faster, we're better, we're cheaper. Well, guess what? People that are just using money on centralized exchanges, they don't know what gas fees are. They know what exchange fees are. That's what the exchange charges them to do swaps and stuff, okay? And they don't know what gas fees are because they're not actually utilizing the chain beyond that. So you got to keep in mind, retail market is not looking at things the same way we do as crypto users that are using things on the blockchain, developing and using this dApps and everything. They're not. And what is advertised most? Robinhood, Webull, Crypto.com, Coinbase. These are all things that are not actually utilizing the chain. They're just another custodian or bank. And people are already trained. When they come into crypto, they're like, okay, I've got my money. Who do I give it to? No. They don't understand crypto yet. But that's what they're coming in. They're coming in from that point where it's, okay, I've got my money. Who do I give my money to? Who do I give my money to get my crypto? Who's going to hold my crypto for me? What button do I push to view my portfolio? That's all I want to know, right? They haven't graduated to that point yet. Okay, so real DeFi, Sami likes to say, this is a cycle. DeFi is the cycle 2 narrative. I say bogus because I say DeFi got crushed at the very beginning because of the fact that the Ethereum rates went up so much that anybody using an S-load function was totally stomped out from doing DeFi. You can't have $100 liquidity position if it costs you $120 to put it in, $120 to pull it out, right? So DeFi was completely stifled purposefully to force all of that volume, reported volume, I might add. By the way, the exchanges have what's called reported volume, which can be any number they want to make up and submit. There's a difference between reported volume and on-chain volume. And that's part of the reason why we get penalized greatly too, is because we are working against reported volume where they can pretty much make up whatever they want, numbers, and say, we're better than you because this is our reported numbers. And then what we look at is actual on-chain volume, which is the amount of transactions, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So we're talking about two totally different worlds here.